Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday to you. Somewhere I had my list. I'm excited about today because we are kind of kicking off the holiday gift giving ideas that you can make at home yourself, that you can do, you can add your own personal touch to like an ordinary gift. And there's stuff that I want to make. So, because I need gifts to give. I mean, I need gifts too. I need lots of gifts. So, in honor of that this morning, I wore my Christmas polo shirt. Here's the only problem. And I don't know why. Who cares? I mean, I'm going to wear this thing a lot over the course of the next 2 months because it stays so, like, mild here that you need some short sleeves. Okay. Hello, Laura, Diane, Donna, Madeline. Hello. I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I was thinking this morning when I woke up. I said to myself, a nice break. We really did. It was just nice. It was just nice. Oh, who cares if it's collar flumps? So, hi, Sandra. Hi, Dubravka. Hi, Loretta. All right. So today we are going to finish this mug rug, and I meant to bring in, and I can't use the mug I brought in because it's got stuff in it. So, I can't show you the finished product. I'll show you the finished product tomorrow. I'll do one up because I have plans for these as well. So anyway, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to finish this mug rug so that you have, for some of you that are more, for some of you, this is really basic. Like, it would be a very basic thing for you to do. But for a lot of people who maybe have a really basic sewing machine, or they want to be able to, add a little personal touch to a Christmas gift, that's what we're doing. That's what this is for. We're not trying to quilt the Mona Lisa. That was pretty funny. I thought that was funny. All right, let's get caught up here. Loretta, good morning, Loretta. I said hello. Donna says it's currently 29. Oh my God. It's 29 degrees with a wind chill of 18. Wish I could wear short sleeves. I remember Florida winters. Ha ha. Now, it's November. It's not going to stay like this. I mean, it's going to be 80 today, but it's not going to stay like this. It'll get down where most of December, January, February, it'll be, 40 during the day. 50. I'm sorry. I shouldn't joke. I'm not a cold weather person. I like to go look at it. I like to, we like to go and do things like go to Truckee or go to Grass Valley or go to Nevada City. If you're a Northern California girly, if you know, you know. When I was a kid, we used to go to Lake Arrowhead, Big Bear, see the snow, play in it, have a cup of hot cocoa, nice warm cup of coffee, walk around, see the shops, go home. I can't live in it. It does something to my body. I just can't even. Diane says, I'll have to shovel later. Oh. Hi, Jean. 31 and rainy in New Jersey. I wouldn't mind a rainy day. I think we're supposed to get rain one day this week, and I could use a rain day. It forces me to not want to wander outside or go do stuff outside. I have to kind of like focus. Yeah, Sandra, I know. It's going to be 80 here. There is a little bit of a breeze. It's a little windy. So there's that. Dubravka said, oh my gosh, it's 10 below Celsius in Ontario, Dubravka. Oh my God. I feel for you. 50. Okay. Ugh. Hi, Betsy. All right, Betsy, how cold is it where you are? Just can't do the cold. Just can't do it. Okay. Sorry for my shot there. Okay. So I found so we're doing a mug rug, and this is a little bit of a larger mug rug. Well, maybe not. I don't know. This is the size I usually make them, something like this. So we're gonna do a mug rug. I got this fabric, and it's another fabric that I'm just like, ah, why didn't I buy? Like, I knew when I looked at it that I loved it. Why didn't I buy 10 yards? Because there have been at least 10 times where I would have used this fabric. In the 2 or 3 years since I bought it. It was Hobby Lobby fabric, and if you can see it, might be able to see it a little bit better there. It's ornaments, little glass ornaments, and it is the perfect like backing fabric, border fabric. I love it. I love it, and I keep hunting around trying to find little stashes of it because I really loved it. I really loved it, and I didn't buy more. And I think it was a Joann's fabric. Angela. Okay. Now, I said what we were going to do was take, I'm trying to find the rotary cutter that I put the fresh blade in. And I have projects just piling up here. I want this ruler. And the good Lord is my rotary cutter. I tell you what. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know where things go. I don't know what happens. I don't get it. Okay. Uh-oh. – 13 degrees. Oh, can't do 13 degrees. I don't in any way question that it's beautiful. I just can't go out in it. The bundling up, the trying to do stuff, I just can't. And it hurts my bones. Diane Moshke says they got 12 inches. Oh. 12 inches in Iowa. Yikes. The question is, it's a lot of snow this early in the season. Okay, so let's just square this little puppy up that we have cut. We'll square it up a little bit. And, yeah. I think we're just going to take off this bit of red. Well, we're just going to square this thing up. That's what we're going to do. So if it cuts the red off, it cuts the red off. And I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I love this little fabric. Thank you for whoever said that. I think it was Sandra. Yeah. Why are my comments not advancing? We didn't get the snow. They got farther east and south. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to make a mug rug. And then I'm going to do this as some gifts myself this year. And that is, have a couple of these ready to go. I got to run over to like Dollar Tree or Walmart always has some. Those are the two that are close to me that are, you know, drivable that I can run over and grab a couple of things and get some cute mugs. And now is also the perfect time. And this is just a tip. So Steve had to give a gift to someone last week. So I will post some pictures of how it looked at the end, but it's a little gift basket idea that I do all the time. I bought a really inexpensive small, it was this big. No. It was a little plastic basket, right? That you would do as a catch-all somewhere. And it was, I don't know, maybe 9 or 10 inches long and about 4 or 5, maybe 6 inches deep, wide. And then it was like 4 or 5 inches deep. And so then what I did was I took one of those like Hillshire Farms or Hickory Farms or Bridgeford, I think, does them. You know, it's a little holiday gift box thing, right? And it's got a summer sausage and some cheese and some crackers, and this one had some pretzels in it. And I just took all the pieces out of that box and repurposed them. I put some got some shredded confetti paper. That was $1. Put that in the bottom of the basket. Put the various little Hickory Farms or Hillshire Farms pieces in there. I bought a bottle of sparkling cider because you don't know who drinks and who doesn't drink, but sparkling cider, who doesn't love that? I do. And I stuck that in there and then cellophaned it. Before I did that, I took a really adorable, I don't have it in here, a really adorable fabric that went with the theme of what they like, and set that down and then just wrapped it up over the edge of the basket. So it kind of looked like it was a fabric basket. And then I literally just kind of hot glue gunned that around. And cellophane you can buy at Walmart. If you Google cellophane gift basket bag, cellophane gift basket bag. And I set that in there and did a huge bow. I had a bunch of people ask me last year. And so I'm going to do, this week I'll do a tutorial. I know. It's not a tutorial channel. We don't do tutorials here. Trust me, you're not going to learn much here. You're going to have a fun time. But learning, not so much. Anyway, on my bows. So I got you're going to need a roll. This is just a side note. You're going to need a roll of wired fabric ribbon. You can get them at unbelievable prices right now at Hobby Lobby, Walmart, Dollar Tree has them sometimes, but it has to be wired. So when I put that tutorial up, it'll be later this week. You're not going to want to miss it. I get rave reviews. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I get rave reviews on my ribbon, on my bows. And you can do it with any size ribbon, but it has to be wired ribbon. You're going to need wired ribbon. You're going to need a pair of really strong either snips or wire cutters won't work because you've got to cut through the fabric. So sometimes I use like a really heavy duty kitchen shear because it'll cut through the wire and cut through the ribbon. But you're not going to want to use your good fabric scissors. It's definitely because you've got to cut through that wire. You're going to need that, and then you're going to need a small roll of regular ribbon, like that plastic, like what you usually would wrap a gift with, the stuff that you do the curly cues with. I usually use something like that. So those are the three things. Three? Ribbon? Something to cut it. Yes. Three things that you're going to need. And we'll do a couple of different things on the bows, but they're fantastic. They are fantastic. And they dynamically change the look of any gift. I don't know why you're doing this here. There we go. Okay, now, why am I talking so... I don't know. I'm just convinced that that's stupid. All right, let's go. So I think you'll like that. Anyway, I did that gift basket, and it literally took maybe 5 minutes. It didn't cost, I mean, you can do it for, and depending on what you put in it, depending on who you're giving it to, will depend on what you put in it. Will determine what you put in it. So, but I think that these are great gifts for a neighbor, the mailman, if you give gift to your mailman, or your delivery people, if you get a lot of packages and you really know your delivery people. We know our mailman. We don't really know. They keep changing the FedEx and the other people, but the other thing that you can get right now, which I also think that it's a good time to kind of stock up on some of this stuff, is I'm just squaring this up. That's all I'm doing. Ah, Betsy, from one cold climate to another. Corner bookmarks. I keep saying the corner bookmarks. We have that on our list. We're going to have to do that. Okay. I'm caught up on the comments. All right. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to share the channel out. Invite your friends. Okay. Oh, did I mention teacher gifts? Like stuff like this is just fun little teacher gifts. And you can personalize it so that, they know that you made it, you don't have to go out and buy everything. Right? Oh, such a small cut that it... All right. Oh, I don't know why I cut there. I'm going to cut up here. Okay. So now we've got... I bet Virginia is better. I mean, more mild. Not better. More mild. I would imagine because it's so much closer to the water. I don't know. What do I know? All right, let's measure this up so that we can cut a piece for this backing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5. 5.5. So 7.5, 5.5. We were going to do this for the backing. Okay. Let's do this. If you have a spouse that needs gifts for work. Hi, Jean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. just cut. Oops, did this the wrong way. Okay. All right. So now we have our two pieces, right? Hi, Robin. Okay. So now we've got our two pieces, 7.5 by 5.5. So it's a pretty good size, right? Little mug rug thing. This is the kind of thing that I keep next to my coffee pot. So that if I'm using creamer or I've got a spoon or, you know, whatever it is, I can set it down and and then you just throw them in the washing machine. Let's get a piece of. Now, I have not yet ordered Insulbright. So you can't use it as a hot pad or whatever. And, you don't want to put something scalding on a precious piece of furniture. But for the most part, it will at least do what its job is, and that is to protect whatever you're putting the cup down on. Okay? Okay, let's cut out. I'm going to move this up. Let's move this up. Move that. There we go. That's better. Okay, so now we're just going to cut a piece of backing. Be careful when you cut your backing. All right. Here's the other reason I love to do these little projects at Christmas time or any time of the year. You know, if you've got a birthday coming up or, you know, you need a teacher, like I said, if you've got kids in school or grandkids in school and they need a little gift, like, hello, costs you hardly nothing. And it's quick and it's easy and it's so much more personal than buying one in the store. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. All right. Let's get rid of this stuff. Right sides together. So fabric right sides together. Okay. And we'll throw a couple of pins in it for good measure. Just to keep everybody from moving around, especially if you're using a little panel like this, you don't want it to come out crooked. Or you could use clips, but I have pins right in front of me. Okay. That's Madeline just said perfectly what I've been trying to spit out of my mouth for 20 minutes. And that is, you can make it personal to them. So the basket that I just told you that I gave as a gift to Steve, they are into camping and RVing and being outdoors. And so the fabric that I cut, I can't believe I didn't bring it in here with me, it's got all little camping stuff on it. Little tents and little campfires and all that kind of stuff. Madeline just did a bunch for nurses. If you know somebody you can get fabric that has, you know, a bunch of little nursing stethoscopes and that kind of stuff on it. If you've got somebody that loves gardening, do one with gardening gloves on it or flowers. So make it personal to them, right? It doesn't just have to be a mug that says, I love nurses. Please. All right. Now we're going to stitch all the way around this, right? And we're going to leave a gap big enough for my swollen, dry hands to get in and flip it around, and then we'll tidy it up and go from there. Okay, let's go to the sewing. Let's go to the sewing machine. To the sewing machine. I don't have my plate on my table on right now because I was trying to deal with that candle ring. All right, let me think here. I think we're going to change out the fabric, the thread. Should I use red? Why not? Let's use red. Let's try it with red. And so we're going to need to spin up I thought I had a red bobbin. I thought I saw a red bobbin here not long ago. But by the time I find that, it'll be tomorrow. So let's just make ourselves a quickie bobbin. All right, so what are you guys doing today? After this, I am going to go do an absolute mountain of laundry because I haven't done laundry in a couple of days. So I'm going to go do laundry. First, I'm going to try and find an empty bobbin. I knew I had one in here somewhere. All right. So let's pop the bobbin out and change that out real quick. Then I'm going to take Minnie for a little walk by the lake. Huh, Minnie? Is that what we're going to do? We're going to have a little walk. Then, decorating our Christmas tree. And that is going to be it for today. It is going to be a bit odd decorating the Christmas tree while at the same time turning on the air conditioning. But, you know, y'all ever crosses to bear. At least I am in the spirit. Nurses on the mug rug. How adorable, Madeline. One more Christmas present to finish, and I'm going back to try and put my sewing room house back together. Okay, yesterday, that's what I had to get. The kitchen counters just had stuff, like the mixings for this and the mixings for that, and flour and sugar and my mixer and cookie sheets out, and I just had to draw a line. I gotta put a little order back. Okay. All right, let's see if we can get this out of the way. I found this flannel that I've had for a while, and I originally had an intent for it, and I decided I didn't like it, but I had the fabric. How much do I have? Probably a yard, I guess. No, that's probably a half a yard. Whatever. Of each. I don't know what to make with this. I don't have a lot. And it's flannel. I don't know what to do with it. Mug rugs? I guess I don't really want to do a table thing because it's got sayings on it. The fabric has sayings on it, see? Okay. Oh, that's why. Let's see. And we don't know why. We lost power yesterday. Somebody must have hit something. Hi, Janice. Ah! It may not be coming up on Facebook. I've got to make those connections, but it may not be coming up on Facebook. Baby receiving blankets. Ooh, that's a very good idea. Perfect. That's perfect. Because they would be, it's soft flannel. Super snuggle. Okay. Oh, speaking of, so Madeline just posted her recipe for sugar-free cranberry sauce. Yum. A bunch of people before Thanksgiving were asking me about my spiced orange oatmeal cookies that were a huge hit with people who like oatmeal cookies. If you don't like oatmeal or you don't like an orange cinnamony flavor, then they're not for you. If you do, then they were a big hit and they were very, 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 very good. So next week I will probably I'll just show you guys how I make those really quick and we'll post the recipe. All right, let's go. We should probably test this first. Minnie, what are you doing, Minnie? Where are you? Okay. All right. So we'll start down here a bit. And let's go right there. It was a fantastic cookie. It really came out. Really very good. And when I say spiced, I mean like cinnamon spiced. Cinnamon, nutmeg, clove, that type of a spicy flavor. Yeah, give us a thumbs up. Okay. That's as far as I'm going to go. Okay. Oh. Let's get that stuff out of the way and turn the iron on. Okay, let's snip off the corners. Let's add this over here so you guys can see this. Okay, we'll snip the little corners off. Just a tiny bit. Don't try and get super close. Don't. You'll regret it. And then I just trim up the sides a little bit so I don't have a whole bunch of fabric that... Okay, now let's flip her through. Where's my flipper thing? I have no idea. So we're going to use another one that I have. Okay. Oh, I am going to look at that, Sandra. Double wedding ring on Missouri Star. And Donna, I got to tell you, sometimes you do need a break from the big quilting projects. Sometimes you need a break from the quilting projects that you're working on. Sometimes that's why I end up with multiples started. Because sometimes you mentally need a break. And I'm always trying to have something that you guys want to show up and see too. No, this is not what this is for, but it's the perfect tool. Do not use those pokers from that you get at Harbor Freight. Obviously, right? I think that some people, the only reason I'm kind of describing in detail is so that when people who kind of stumble along the channel, or everybody's looking for great new gift ideas and that kind of thing right now, if you don't do this kind of stuff all the time, you might not know, and you might just grab whatever, and then you end up, ruining what you did. Okay, fingers inside. Get that laid down there. So that we can stitch that down. Take your fingers and kind of press it out a little bit so that you've got stuff that might be folded in there, kind of comes out. Okay. All right. Now let's press this down really quick. Three hours later. Okay. I'm going to check out the double wedding rings quilt. I would really love to make I would really love to do that for our bed. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to take this back over. I poke through the corners all the time. While I'm saying to myself, okay, that's probably enough. Don't poke. Okay. And then that's the back. Is that adorable? Now, I'm going to sew a little red edge around there. And then I think to quilt it, just to kind of, hunker it down a little bit, I'm going to do a little bit of an outline on the truck. Should we see how that looks? Okay, here we go. Let's try and not screw it up. All right. Put you down. And let's bump you way over. Okay. Whoops. Now, the other thing that I think would look really pretty is if you did this, if you stitched this in a really pretty green. But I think that you would need to take this, so the green color kind of runs through the same tone green runs through this whole panel, this whole fabric. It's kind of like a panel. Anyway, I would take it and I would buy the thread at the same time so that you could kind of get something that was close. Okay. Now, we'll trim that up in a minute. Now, let's see if we can outline this truck. I don't know. I'm nervous. Give us a thumbs up if you like what we're doing. If you don't like what we're doing, just put your thumb away. Okay. Now let's see if we can do this. Let's put our needle back. Okay. We're going to try it. I'm not giving this to anybody. We're going to try it. Okay, let's see. cute. I'll get the SoCam. I think when we lost power yesterday, I think the SoCam went off. It's lost its mind for a few minutes. So I will get that fixed so that on Wednesday, when we do our live on Wednesday, and the rest of the week for my videos, you'll be able to see better what I'm actually sewing. Okay. It came out cute. I probably would have done the top a little bit differently on the truck, but it's got a little bit of quilting there to kind of keep the pieces, you know, together from bubbling, from poofing. Get those little flyaways out of there. But look at that. How cute is that? Right? Now, I would take this and you could do one of two things. You could buy a non-Christmas mug, you know, for if you know what somebody does or what they enjoy doing. You could buy a non-Christmas mug and take this and kind of wrap it around, you know, if you knew that they liked Yeti and they liked this color, you could put the mug rug kind of around this way and tie a little bow around it, right? And then put your stuff inside the mug. Get a little cellophane. I love, and I think it's well worth the extra $1 or $2 that you spend when you give a gift like this. Go get the cellophane bag. Get the little cellophane thing to actually wrap it. Okay. Or what my original thought was you just get a mug and stick this in the mug like this. What an adorable picture is that, right? And then get one of those little, you know, again, right now everybody has this stuff. And if you go to the right stores, you can get it for such a great deal. Home Goods always has a fantastic little foodie section where you can grab a little coffee sampler or a little, you know, they do like a little sampler of hot cocos, and there's like 5 little bags in there. You put 1 bag in each cup with your mug rug and, I don't know, piece of candy, a chocolate bar, and stick it in there. You can also get, here was something I saw the other day, I think it was at Hobby Lobby. They have little miniature sets of like little spatulas or little tiny whisks, you know, little small hand whisks. How adorable is that? Stick that in there, get some cellophane, poof, put a bow on it, you're done. So anyway, that was what I wanted to share with you guys today. I hope you had a fantastic time. Donna, 16-inch and 24-inch dolls. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's very, very cool. Okay. So coming up this week, we'll do another 1 or 2 of the gift ideas from that long list that we made the other day. I'm going to actually wrap this up so you can kind of see what I was talking about, so that people who are looking for gift ideas, some of my girlies on here, this is pretty basic, but I think that if you're looking for a gift idea or something you can do yourself, this is fantastic. And again, like Madeline had mentioned, which is a great point, find fabrics, and you don't need a lot. You don't need a lot. You need an eighth or a quarter of a yard. So if you have a friend that's a nurse and you want to give one to a teacher and you want to give one to the mailman, you only need a small portion of each fabric to do something like this. And then Thursday's video will be the bow tutorial, which I think you guys are going to love. And then all kinds of fun stuff going on right now. I don't know. This shirt just puts me in the season, puts me in the mood. It doesn't take a lot. If you really want to get in the mood and you live in Florida, just crank the air conditioning down and close the shades so you won't see all the sun. All right, guys. Thank you so much for showing up today. I appreciate it. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share the channel out, because this is the month you are going to want to have your besties on and make some of these fun projects. And you have now made your very own little mug rug, which is just it's just to put your, that's all it is. It's like a coaster. Hope y'all have a fantastic afternoon. I'm going to fold a mountain's worth of laundry right now. And then take Minnie for a nice lake walk. Have a fabulous morning tomorrow. I will see you guys on this week's videos with some more great gift ideas, some more great tips, and we'll do some fun stuff as we get closer to Christmas. Can you believe it already? God. All right. I love you guys. And don't forget, only a 1/4 inch seam. Love you guys. See you this week. Bye.